The idea is a very simple one, and the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day you're trying to become better, and it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
What is up, y'all? Please excuse my energy level right now. I don't have the most energy. I got a good amount of sleep last night, but the past couple of days I just didn't get that well amount of sleep. So last night is basically me catching up on sleep. So I'm not like 100%, but I'm feeling better now with the past couple of days, not gonna lie. The past couple of days me being up is my fault, so can't just say. Usually when that happens, my body just won't fall asleep and I'm just up. But in the past couple of days, it was just me being up playing games. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so please excuse that. I do have my coffee here. I tell you, it's been months since I had coffee from like Dunkin', because I usually make the coffee myself. Like, I have instant coffee at home. I use milk and all that stuff, but honestly, out the house, I had enough points for a free coffee, so I was like, I'll just use it. Literally at my girl's place, I literally just, because I had to run some errands, I literally just ordered on Amazon a container of instant coffee to her place. That's how you know I don't usually get coffee out from the store. I usually just make it myself. But anyways, enough for all that. This is a video that I was looking forward to making for months. I'm talking about months. And when I say months, I don't mean what I'm gonna say happened months ago, right? Because y'all know the videos I made about this topic. It didn't happen months ago, but I wanted something to happen months ago, and so I was looking forward to the day of me making this video to tell y'all. And I'm being transparent with y'all, man. Y'all know in the last video where I was like pretty much just breaking down because my windshield had cracked, and that's the time where I was really like, my finances were really starting to get tight and stuff like that. Because I built a decent savings, like a really decent savings. I mean, kept me afloat for the past couple months, but built a decent enough savings to where I could live okay. I could get groceries every week. Maybe eat out once a week, but mostly just groceries and stuff, and pay my bills. Well, when it started to get a little tight, that's when the windshield happened, stuff like that, and it completely broke down from that, because I was already like keeping afloat. Like, all right, I gotta like really be tight. I gotta cut down groceries. Like literally, before I'm currently, because I'll explain in a second, but I bought 2 cookbooks, right, for meals that I want to do for my diet, right? And I haven't been able to follow them because I haven't had enough money for groceries. Like, I literally been eating ramen noodles for lunch and like some cheap like 2-ingredient meal for dinner. Like, I'm not eating enough to make gains. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not eating enough to make gains because I can't afford the stuff to make gains, and that kind of demotivated me to go to the gym, right? I got my new gym membership, and I was going crazy. My new workout plan, which I will explain in a different video who I'm working with, as far as like my gains and stuff like that, like my current goals for myself, my self-development goals, who I'm working with currently. One of y'all know. I see a couple of y'all know, but like some of y'all know, but most of y'all don't. But I will let y'all know at some point. It's another YouTuber, I'm not gonna lie. It's another YouTuber. Anyways, it kind of devoted me a little bit, because like I can't really afford to get the stuff I need for my gains. So it's like, why would I'm working out if I'm working out? Like, plus it's a whole scheduling thing, which that's no excuse. I can literally just figure out stuff. Like literally, I talked to the person who I'm working with. I talked to him yesterday, And I was like, yo, like, you know, I'm usually like, because y'all know my girl has her own place now. So I'm like, you know, she has her own place. So sometimes I'm usually there for a couple of days and I can't access my gym. I'm like, you know, do you have like alternatives I can do at home when I can't go to the gym and stuff like that? And, you know, he gave me some. So I'm good with that. But I don't know why it took me so long to kind of just ask him, like, yo, let me get that. But yeah, anyways, things were getting tight, man. And when the windshield cracked, I just completely lost it, man. But I appreciate all of y'all who left supportive comments, who emailed me, who prayed for me and stuff like that. I got better from that experience like 2 weeks later. Like I started to feel better, like mentally and stuff like that. Just at the time, it was just a lot, you know, a lot of stress and stuff. That was that in May? No, it was in May, right? When that happened, I forgot. But as y'all know, man, at first, the first couple months where I got laid off, I was looking to go up, right? I was looking to move up, right, from the jobs that I was getting paid for and stuff like that. You know, I was like, let me move up. Let me actually, because I have experience, because I've been working for years, y'all know, in like the IT field and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, let me move up and let me actually work to get higher pay and stuff. But I never really pushed for it because I was just complacent. You know, I had a job. I was making, you know, decent money. I mean, I think crazy, right? But it's like I'm making good money, I guess you could say. At least for my expenses, you know, I'm really go out like that and stuff like that. Like the stuff that like where I can just go out to eat. Once in a while, me and my girl can go out to a restaurant and stuff like that. Like it was good. You know, almost like a plan a vacation, like months down the line. Like if I want to go on a vacation in summer and then in winter I could. No, so nothing crazy, right? But like, cause I'm driving a RAV4. I'm not driving a Benz or anything like that, which I don't want to do. I don't want to drive German car. But I'm saying like I'm just telling y'all what I'm just trying to explain it to y'all. But so I was making a lot, but you know I was making that was good, right? So I was kind of complacent with that, but then we got a call from, well, we had like a meeting, right? We had a meeting at my job at the time, and I knew it was something serious because usually if we had a meeting, they'd be like, okay, if you're on a call with someone right now, with a client, you know, finish up your call and then hop in a meeting, right? But this specific time, they told everybody, if you're in a call with a client, tell them you're gonna call them back. Like that never happens. They never say to me call. They say just finish the call up and then join me. No, they said everybody. If you're in a call, tell them you're gonna call them back. I was in the call. I was just chilling. There was like a little rest period, so I was chilling. But everybody else was like, oh snap, because like they were in calls and they had to tell them like, yo, I mean, obviously not saying obviously be professional, but I'm saying like I'm trying to go into detail about everything in order to give the true testimony of what happened, right? So everybody's like, oh snap, you know, like I gotta tell them I call them back, stuff like that. So all was packed the meeting, right? Packed the meeting because everybody's on it, right? Everybody's on it. It was the point where managers were looking at the chart and seeing who was in calls and it messed them like hop on this meeting. But the thing was, the company was outsourcing overseas, cutting costs. Obviously, they're not going to say that, but cutting costs. And our department that we're working at was going to like be outsourced by people overseas. So yeah, it was over. We found it out in early September, and everybody was going to be given their last days, right? Whatever the last day was going to be told that like that next week or whatever. There was 3 end dates. It was October 1st, November 1st, December 1st, right? There are some people that weren't in the meeting, those people were let go that day. Like they were told that day, like GG's, it's over, right? Which was crazy. But I got told that my last day was October 1st. I'm thankful that I was able to know, right? I was able to know when my last day was weeks in advance, so I could prepare, right? It's not like I was like that day I was like, oh snap, like I got, you know what I'm saying? So I used up my last time off that I had because I wouldn't get those back, right? I wouldn't get money from her or anything like that. So I literally used those days. My girl and I went out to Atlantic City, Jersey, and I just took some time off for myself, and I took the days off. I just played games, I streamed for y'all, and different stuff like that. I was just enjoying my days, you know. And my last day came, and yeah, it was weird just being at home and not doing anything. I mean, normal to me now, right? But like, because it's been months, but like at the time it was weird. But you got a severance package. That severance package was gone, like in 2 months. But I had to apply for unemployment. As my brother, my mom was telling me to like apply for unemployment. I obviously received it because it was layoff, so I obviously received it. The last time I applied for unemployment was when I got released from AutoZone when I was in college, and I got like, I had to fight. Like, I applied for it, they were fighting against it, but it was like a whole thing. And I ended up getting approved because I got let go because they were breaking their own rules. Like, they weren't following their own guidelines. So, you know what I'm saying, I got approved for it. But this time when I did it, there was no fight back from the company or anything like that. I got laid off, right? There's nothing else to it. Like, there's, you know what I'm saying, I got it. So that lasted me a little while. I was saving as much as I could, cutting down on a lot of expenses, like a lot. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's kind of sad, man, because as a man in a relationship, you want to pay for a lot of stuff, right? You want to pay for a lot of stuff for you and your girl and stuff. When she started working, during her break from school, she had to pay for, not like, she wasn't paying for both of us, right? I mean, there's certain things where she paid for both of us, but a lot of times I was able to pay for myself. I wasn't able to pay for both of us. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to pay for me and her. Usually when I was working, I pay for both of us, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a guy, right? I'm gonna pay for both of us. But when I had to cut down a lot of stuff, you know, things had to change, right? Which, let me start by saying, shout out to my girl, 100%. She was very supportive through this entire thing, like very supportive. Like, she told me, like, if I ever need any money or anything like that, like, don't even hesitate to ask her. Like, she would literally send to me. Like, I only had to do it one time because I needed to get, like, it was bad, but I needed to get some food this one time. There was no food in the house, and I didn't have enough money. She sent to me, no questions asked. She was like, boom, right? And that was only one time she did that. Only one time I had to ask her. And I felt terrible. Like, I literally almost just started myself. I was like, I'm not about to do it, right? It feels weird, man. When you're a man, it just feels weird to ask your girl for money. I don't know what it is, but oh no, man, shout out to her. She's been with me when there are times where I just was stressed. I was stressed, and just there's a lot of stuff went on, man. And she was there with me throughout the whole entire process, man. She understood when we couldn't go out a lot of times, like, but there's a lot of times we didn't go anywhere. Like, we'd have a dates at home. Like, we would do a dates at home, alternative stuff like that. We go to like cheap stuff. We go to a park, whatever it may be. She was 100% open to all of it, and she was just very, very, like, supportive through the whole thing, man. She'd pray for me every night. Like, we do prayers together. Like, it was just a whole thing, man. Shout out to her. But yeah, man, I've been applying every day. I get up, go on LinkedIn, Indeed, you know, I'd search around. Like, I was trying to move up, right? In the job field, I was trying to look up, trying to move up, you know, get bigger salary and stuff like that. It got to a point where it was months later, I think it was around January, after applying so many times to go to higher positions, where I started to just be like, listen, just give me something, right? Just give me something. Obviously, I didn't want to do anything like, you know, fast food or anything like that, right? I didn't want to do that, but like, I want to do something like, you know, I didn't care about higher salary anymore. I was like, give me something in my field, give me something in my field. And then it got to the point where I was branching out other fields. I was like, yo, I was just like, I was starting to panic. I was just like, you know, seeing applications, especially when my unemployment ended. So I was like, just going off my savings. You know, thank the Lord for helping me build up my savings when I did, man. I mean, I thought my savings wasn't much, but it actually kept me afloat. So I'm actually surprised, especially when you cut out on a lot of expenses and stuff, like a lot of just eating out and stuff, door dashing. It's crazy how much you save, man. But well, how much your savings can stretch out, you know. So yeah, man, I was so stressed, man. I was like, yo, like, and literally recently, I'm not gonna say when exactly, but recently I drew out, because I have a savings account, so I drew out the last bit of my savings. Like, I drew the last bit of it into my checking. I haven't used it yet, right? And I won't have to, thank the Lord. But I drew out the last of it, and when I drew it out and I got the confirmation email about the transfer, my heart sunk, man. I was like, I started getting cold chills, man. But it got to a point where I was like, I'm leading up to God, man. It was like the whole thing, I was leading up to God, but there's that point where I was like, is what it is. If I have to use it, I have to use it. If I have the money, whatever the case may be, whatever was to happen. If I lost my car, if they took my car, I couldn't pay the payments or anything like that, is what it is, right? Is what it is. If I lose it, God give me the one, or give me the money, get it back, whatever. I just at the point I just stopped, because it started to get very unhealthy. The way that I was like stressing, there were points where I wouldn't eat. Like there was a period of time where, like, I think like a week or a couple of days, where I just didn't eat because I was that stressed. I just didn't eat at all. Like I wasn't hungry, right? And yeah, like my girl had to check up on me, like, you like make sure to eat. Like I had to show that I had to I had to send her pictures that I was eating, right? Because like I was just like that stressed out where I couldn't eat. So it was very unhealthy the way that I was stressed out. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it to God, right? Whatever happens, whatever circumstances come, I just gotta take it to the chin, right? So here's the story of how everything started to go uphill, like started to go up, right? I went to an interview. A person messaged me on LinkedIn. Nintendo of New York, the Nintendo store, was hiring for seasonal, right? And they messaged me and they were like, you know, like, we saw your here's a recruiter working with them. They're like, we saw your resume, we saw your experience, like, we think you'd be a good fit. So I was like, all right, cool. But it was in New York, so like I would have to take the bus and then the train to get to the store and stuff like that. But I was like, I didn't question it. I was like, I'll find a way, right? It's a job, I'll find a way. So yeah, I literally like went for it. I had an interview in the city. My girl went with me because she was coming to visit me that week, and we went. Interview went okay, you know, like the lady that was, it was a lady and a guy, right? But the lady was the one asking questions. She was like a little judgmental about some of my answers, even though they were like good answers. I practice and stuff like that. My girl helped me practice. I used AI. I used ChatGPT to come up with some questions that I changed the questions up to fit certain things. And it was like a final exam. I was like studying, but ended up not getting that. But on the way back to Jersey from New York, I was on the bus with my girl. I told my friend about it. My friend from college. Y'all know my friend who I used to go to the Marvel movies with when I was in college, right? I used to bring him up in these videos. Yeah, I told him, I was like, yo, I had an interview on Nintendo. He was like, I was like, yo, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're both gamers, right? So it was like, he was hyped and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know if it went well. And I was telling him about it. And he was like, yo, like, if you want, like, I think my job is hiring, right? So I was like, huh. I was like, you know, I was like, you know, it'd be a good backup plan. I was like, you know, how much they pay. The pay wasn't the best the way he told me. But I was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something. I'm like, as long as I can pay my bills, that's all I care about. Like, I'm saying, like, I can figure out the rest stuff later. And it sounds like, you know, just tell his, like, I told him, like, you know, tell your boss about me, like let's just do that. Then he came back to me, I think like the next day, and he was like, they only have a part-time position. And I was like, oh my gosh, right? Because like, as of right now, as of today, right? I mean, it happened last month, but as of today, like currently, I don't have any health insurance because I was on my parents' insurance, but I don't know if I think it's a country thing, a countrywide thing, but, or maybe it's a statewide thing, I don't know. But at least here, once you hit 26, no, it has to be a countrywide thing, because when we had President Obama, he extended it. When you turn 26, you're removed from your parents' insurance. Like, they can't keep you on anymore. It's not like my parents kicked me off. Like, they wouldn't do that. Like, they would wait till I got something and then took me off if I need to. But no, you cannot be on the insurance. And at this job, working part time, you don't get benefits, right? So I'm like, oh man, I have to spend money to pay for some health insurance. Like, I'll like outsource, right? Like you know, when you go to those different companies and you buy like a plan or stuff like that. I was like, I may have to do that. But I was like, you know what? Trusting God, whatever, right? It's money, it's income, right? So, you know, my friend was talking, like, we was back and forth. I sent my resume, emailed my resume to his boss. They scheduled an interview for me. I came in, and when I tell y'all, it was the easiest interview ever. Like, it's crazy, because shout out to my boy, man. Like, he's my bro for life, for sure. But, and y'all know, like, I had friends in high school and college, stuff like that, and I don't talk to them anymore because they weren't a good influence. Like there was a lot of stuff happening with them and stuff. And you know, I have shout out to my boys in the group chat. Like, I got most of my bros are online, which is crazy. It's crazy. Different states, right? You find the close people not even in your hometown, which is crazy. But yeah, this is my boy from college, and he vouched for me completely. Like, they told me in an interview, it was like, when he went to her, because it was two of them, it was like his higher up and then her higher up. Like, they were both in the doing the interview, and she was saying, like, his higher up was saying the way that he vouched for me, just saying, like, you know, he would trust me with his life. They actually liked hearing that, because it's like a small little department and stuff like that, and they like to be able to have trust in each other, and, you know, not have gossip and stuff like that and drama. So that already, like, had like good energy in the room when I did the interview, and it was overall just easy. Like, it was easy to talk to. Like, I already had experience with this stuff, so the question they asked me was super simple, and You know, it was just a very chill. And man, I got free chips out of it. Like I got free chips because we were in like the little break room, and they had like a bunch of like sandwiches and chips and soda and stuff like that sitting on the table, and they were literally gonna get rid of it or like give it away and stuff like that. So they asked if I wanted any. I was like, sure. And I walked up with a bag of like chips and a couple of sodas and stuff like that and water. And yeah, like I did the interview, and they pretty much told me right then and there that they want to hire me, right? Obviously, like, it was a little weird because, I mean, not really weird, but it was kind of like, I didn't apply yet, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I did the interview before they actually put the application up because my friend referred me. You know, like, they were opening up the position, so they literally like, my friends higher up, like, asked, like, oh, if you know anybody, like, let us know, right? So that's how I got in before they put the application, the position up on the website and everything like that. So they're like, we pretty much want to hire, but we just gotta wait till HR actually puts the position up on the website. So I was like, cool, right? So I'm in limbo, right? Ask my friend every once in a while. I'm like, yo, like can you ask them what's going on? And he updated me, and they're like, you know, just waiting. And then they called me like last week. They called me, and they were saying, no, today's Sunday, so technically 2 weeks ago. They called me, and they were like, hey, we just want to know if you're still interested, and they're gonna put the position up like the same day or next day or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm still interested. Like, I'm still, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm still good to go and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, cool. And then on that same call, they said, this is the kicker, they said, we know that you applied for part-time, but would you like a full-time position? Full-time meaning I get all the benefits, so I get insurance, everything in the job. The hours are good. I get PTO, vacation time, all that stuff. It's in a hospital. Like I forgot if I mentioned that. It's in a hospital, right? The job is in a hospital, so a lot of good stuff there, man. And of course, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'd love to be in a full-time position, stuff like that. So she said, okay, cool. She's gonna let HR know and stuff like that. And whenever I see the position on the website, to apply and then let them know. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Like, literally, as I drew out my last bit of savings, right? Like, I'm talking about last, like this was it. This was it. I haven't used it yet, but I'm like, yo, this is it, right? Like, after this, I have nothing. As I drew out the last bit of savings, man, God came through with a full-time position, like insurance, everything. God came through at the very end, man. And my mom told me months ago, because I was stressing. I came to the house with Mom. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm praying. Like, literally, after I made the video, kind of vented to you guys about it. Like, I went to her house, like, Mom, I don't know. She said God always comes through, even if it's the last second. Even if it's the day that I'm going to use my last dollar, God will come through. And I had that in the back of my head. And he did. I mean, it's not the last day, but, like, he came through at the end. You know, he came through at the end. And it's crazy, man. And I know what y'all saying. Like, I know what y'all about to say. Don't, I know this is good news, but don't say anything until, like, you sign an offer letter. If you get an offer letter inside, I did. I applied for the position. That same Friday, a week later, so this past Friday, actually, because today's Sunday. I'll probably post this, I don't know if I'm supposed to tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll probably do it tonight. But this past Friday, so 2 days ago, I got a call from HR, the hospital. They just confirmed me, like we want to go ahead and move forward for offer. Are you still interested in the position? And let me know the pay and everything like that. And the pay did increase a little bit. It's still not what I used to get in my old job, but it's somewhat close, right? I could work with it. I could work with it, right? So, yeah, man. It should be enough to pay my bills and get groceries and slowly but surely pay off my increased debt and build my savings, man. Because obviously I had to use my credit cards for a lot of the stuff that I need to get because times were hard. The things that I used on the cards, they weren't. I mean, a few of them were expenses that I did not need to get, but majority of it, like come on, 95% of it was stuff I needed. Like I needed like gas, like you know, stuff I needed. So yeah, I gotta pay that. I gotta slowly but surely pay it off and build my savings up. But the hourly pay that they increased to should be enough to do all that stuff, man. So yeah, I have a lady who I talk with about building a budget and stuff like that. I haven't been able to use her for the past couple months because I didn't have a job and stuff. But she's been keeping tabs on me and stuff like that. Just like, you know, she's been looking out for me and stuff. So I updated her, and we're gonna work again and build up a new savings, a new budget sheet and stuff like that. So we should be good. But yeah, man. Let this be a testimony of God, man, because I literally said it when I got a job and stuff, and everything was all signed. Like I literally signed the offer letter. I signed the offer letter, signed the onboarding stuff. I just gotta wait for a few other things to do, but I start in the middle of July. Which is fine, completely fine. And if it was August, but July will be fine. And yeah, man. God came through, man. So those of y'all who are following my journey from when I got laid off and everything like that, I appreciate every single one of y'all who supported me and prayed for me throughout this whole experience. Got some good news, man. Got some good news. So I told you I'll keep y'all updated about different stuff happening. So yeah, man. God is good. God's good all the time, man. And I said when I got a job, I would make a video with testimony to God, and I kept my promise. Right? I was gonna do it. Literally yesterday, I wanted to do it yesterday, right? I had no energy. I got the shower. It's nighttime. I wanted to make the video, but I was like, nah, because I was falling asleep. I was dozing off. I said, no, let me do an actual video. So yeah, I'm actually surprised that I had enough energy to say everything that I did, because you saw the video. I was low energy, but I guess God gave me the energy to do that, man. So yeah, I will catch y'all later, man. Better than now. Peace. Check out the Apprentice's Discord and Telegram to talk to like-minded men like you and get support and accountability. Link in the description.